Hi, Mike. Welcome to If Innovation Could Talk.
Hi, Eva. Great to be here.
Now, Mike, most people do not think of scientists as being the creative types, but I think they are because that's why we have got amazing inventions and innovation. And using you as an example, you actually have a secret talent. You are quite an accomplished musician, and you had one of your compositions, which you wrote in year 12 and submitted as a competition, played by the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra. That's amazing. Now, tell us, what does innovation mean to you?
That was a great experience, and I'll remember that to the end of my days. Innovation to me it's creativity done right. So you have some prior materials that you're working with, and you combine them to make something new, and that has to be driven and responsive to the context that you're working in. So for that piece, it was what I wanted to hear. And so being able to have a piece of software on my computer that I could work with and generate all this and then submit to a competition and then have that played by a real orchestra, that was innovative, but it was creativity. And in that case, the customer was me. It was what I wanted to hear.
So, in addition to being a musician, you're also an accomplished writer and you have a PhD in immunology and you have since founded Exodus Space Systems. So, tell us what makes Exodus innovative?
Well, I'm glad you started with the music example because the creative process, the innovation is the same. So whether the customer is me and what I want to hear, or whether the customer is the scientific project or the questions that need to be asked and designing an experiment to find out the answers to those questions, or whether it's a company which is going to be solving a problem in space. Now, the problem we've chosen to solve is space debris. So that's the legacy of 60 years of space flight, a whole bunch of old satellites and rockets that are flying around the planet at a very high speed. And these pose a risk to all the satellite operators and even the crewed space station. What Exodus is doing is coming up with a solution to solve that problem. And we think we've got a really cost-effective way to do that, which is what makes it innovative.
So, at a practical level, Mike, what does removing space debris mean for Earthlings like me and my friends?
Well, if you've used a weather forecast today or mapping in GPS, or even if you've just looked up the internet today, chances are that's gone through a satellite, a space-based asset, and the people who operate those services, who own those satellites, have a risk from collision with one of these pieces of space debris. And they spend actually more of their effort in operational time actually avoiding those collisions. So if you want your internet services and the companies who provide these services, that's their revenue model, they don't want to get an insurance payout. They want their satellite to keep on doing that thing and bring in its revenues.
Wow. Okay. So this is definitely a very, very impactful solution that affects everyone. Now, a lot of innovative ideas are outside of the box ideas, and you literally take it out of this world. Can you share with us a lesson that has resonated most with you throughout your innovation journey?
One of the things that's been key for me is realizing that even though we're solving this big problem of space debris, which affects everyone, the realization was that it affects everyone in different ways. So if you've got a space agency who signed a treaty, they are spending public taxpayer dollars and they want to see the total amount of debris go down. If you're a satellite operator or a defense force, you have these assets in space that are commercially or strategically important. And if you're a satellite insurer, then you just want to, your income comes from insuring satellites against things that can go wrong. So the key realization when we're forming our business model for this business is knowing that each of these stakeholders want something different. And we've not only come up with an innovative way to solve the space junk problem itself, but an innovative business model so we can address the concerns of all those different stakeholders.
Wow. You know what, Mike? Stakeholder management is actually important in any business, but in your business, it really is another level. So I am super impressed and super proud of what you do and love the fact that it's a business that's founded here in Australia, in Western Australia. So all the best to you and your team. And thank you so much for speaking to us today.
Thank you, Eva, and right back at you. It's great what you do to show what WA is doing to be more innovative. So thank you for the time.